expected. He was not called that he's going to be late. We moved the meeting to 7, so he will be here. Hopefully all is well with him. We will just call the meeting to order. Everybody stand up and flex the flag, please. All right, you want to lead us in the pledge, please?
Sure. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Public comments. Who's first?
Okay.
Toss a coin.
You call it.
Harry, you want to come up, introduce yourselves, and
I'll do it. I'll do that. I'm Harry Merrow. I will be running for state rep in your town this next election. As you know, because of the redistricting. I used to be, I'm from Ossipee, and we used to have Ossipee, Effingham, Ossipee, Freedom, Sandwich, and Tamworth. Now it's changed and it's going to be Ossipee, Effingham, Wakefield, and Brookfield. And so I will be running for office here. I've just completed my 8th year as a state rep in the district that I'm in. I've served as selectman. I'm in my 14th year as selectman from Ossipee. I'm a native of Ossipee. My family's been there, I guess, for about 200 years. I moved away for 30 years when I worked. I'm an engineer by trade, or was, and came back when I retired. There was never any doubt what I was going to come back here. So I'm going to be, you'll be seeing me as the time progresses. You can't go door to door, it's just too big, but I'll be spending time at the landfill, handing out my little cards that you just saw. And I just got this today, and I only have one copy, but I'll leave it with you. But these are the bills that the legislature passed, which I think has effect on all the communities this year. I think you'll find it interesting. And I believe in a balanced budget. It says on the back of my card, I don't go for the smoke and mirrors. I'm a strong believer in the Second Amendment, and I believe in open government. And other than that, that's about what I have to say at the moment. And I'd ask that people consider me when they vote.
Any questions?
If you have any questions, we'd be glad to try to answer them.
Ed, do you have any questions?
Yes, what's your stance on constitutional carry?
On my what?
Your stance on constitutional carry in the state?
I believe you ought to carry it. I mean, it says in the Constitution very clearly that you can carry it in the state Constitution. And I carry myself once in a while. I have a permit to carry. And from a constitutional standpoint, if you're a law-abiding citizen, then I believe you ought to have a right to carry. Yeah.
All right.
Constitutional carry requires no permitting.
No, I know that. I don't have a problem with no permitting, as long as you don't allow the felons to have it. You know, as long as they've bought it legally. This was brought up in the House this year, and I believe they studied 20-something states, and there are a number of states that do have constitutional carry, Vermont being one, and the crime rate didn't seem to be any better, or worse rather, in the states if you had that, than where it did. In fact, it actually seemed to be lower, I think. But I don't have a problem with it.
Thank you.
Okay. Any follow-up questions?
Yeah.
I see that you have on here reducing the size of state government. How would you go about that?
How would I do?
How would you go about it?
Doing what? I didn't hear.
Reducing the size.
Reducing the size of the state government. Well, I think we've already started to do that. As I sit down here in Concord, there are an awful lot of areas, I believe, and we've taken care of some of that in that list of bills that I've given you, that are overstaffed or they're doing things they just don't need to do. For example, I'm going to be introducing a bill this next legislature dealing with the archaeological surveys. Now, I'm a very strong believer in archaeological items, saving them and that type of thing. But we're running, at least we've run into Ossipee in several cases where we've just been asked to do archaeological surveys in places that are ridiculous. And if you can reduce that type of thing, you're probably going to reduce some government or combine some of the different things. There's an awful lot of overlapping in Concord. And there's some areas where people don't talk to each other, where if they could probably make it a lot simpler. And I just think there's just too many government regulations, and if you start doing away with the regulations, then in fact you are lowering or decreasing state government. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Neil, come up, introduce yourself, and
my name is Neil Boyle. I am a selectman, a second-term selectman in the town of Freedom, and I am running for county commissioner. Hadn't given that any thought except one time last December when we were doing our budgets, and we worked our tails off. Got our budget down to something that we thought the town could handle, and then got hammered by a bill from the county, a bill from the states, and a bill from the school, none of which we could do anything about. Somebody asked me if I want to do something about the county one. I trust what Harry's doing with the state. Maybe I can do something with the county. My background is management, 20 years with Polaroid, about another 20 years with the Department of Defense and some other companies, Avco, Barrett Atomic, mostly making nasty little toys for boys. I see there is a concept that the county government is there to do all of the things that a single town like Brookfield can't afford to do. You don't want to build a jail in this town. The county spreads the cost out among all of the cities and towns. There are things that the county shouldn't be doing. In Freedom and Tamworth and Eaton and Madison, we needed an ambulance service. We all needed ambulance services. You probably have one too. We combined the bid. Got one contract with one company for those 4 towns. Yes, there were divisions to it. We all had little quirks that made it unique to our town. We saved a good-sized chunk of money. That's management. That's what people are, that's what county government should be doing. That's what I think it should be doing. When I look at the statistics for the growth of the Carroll County in the last 10 years, 4%. Growth of the budget, well over 100%. 10 years. I think I'm a decent manager. I think I'm a very good manager, and I'd like the opportunity to prove it as your next county commissioner. And be more than glad to at least take a stab at any questions. Okay.
you make it awful easy. That's good.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate very much your coming. As I was talking to Harry, I'm running, as you know, I'm running also for state rep, and it's interesting hearing the people with the experience like yourself and some of the questions you're asked and everything, as I'm starting getting questionnaires on views on different types of issues. And you say, whoa, you know, they're very specific that they want, and it's proving to be very interesting as they're coming in. So hopefully I will be able to join you down in Concord, but we'll leave it to the voters. Okay. And I do plan to go around to the different communities, so I'm glad you guys started so I could get an idea of the spiel that you're giving, and it's a big help to me as ready to do my road trip.
You may not always like what I do, but you'll know where I stand.
You beat that?
That's very true.
And when do you meet? When do you meet, by the way? When does OSSIP meet?
OSSIP we meet, normally we meet during the summer, we meet every other Monday. The next meeting will be the 16th.
Okay. All right.
Occasionally we'll do it to one Monday if something important comes up that we have to answer, but
Super.
Every other week seems to be working out pretty well. And we meet at 4:15.
4:15?
4:15, yeah.
4:15.
4:15.
And Mary Lou, you want to put a thing in for your event in August that they could attend?
Sure, we're doing the Old Home Day. You do it much bigger than we do.
In August.
In August, August 11th.
Okay.
I can send you an email.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
All right, so they're trying to round up some people to go.
So August 11th, we do Old Home Day. We do, we're doing a little bit during the day, but not a whole lot. But the main event is a dinner. And we have a gentleman that in town who has won multiple Memphis-style barbecue awards. And so he comes and cooks for us this year. It's going to be beef and chicken. And then the Heritage Commission cooks all the rest, and it's $10 a person, and it's a good feed, blueberry cake.
Listen,
Sounds
I've
great.
been from one thing to another day. I've been eating all day. I don't even want to talk about food.
Anybody else aware of any events that were coming up that we need to let the people that might
If you
attend?
have a copy machine handy, I will give you the dates and times for all of the selectmen.
Sure, we'll do that.
Here, I'll do it for you. I'll do it.
Thank you.
Chairman Camp, welcome aboard here. We have two folks that are running for election and campaigning, and they just wanted to introduce themselves. So I'll let them just say hello and tell you who they are.
All right. I apologize for...
Harry, just, I know they've already done their spiel, but
I'm not going to repeat the same thing.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I'm from currently from Weston.
Okay.
Almost from Weston, I guess.
Neil Malone from Frog Freedom,
Okay.
County Commissioner.
both are selectmen in their towns respectively. So and that's where we stand. We just finished public comments, unless there's some others.
I guess I have one.
Ray, do you have any, by the way?
No.
I've got one that was emailed to us
Okay.
as a public comment that I thought I would read. I told the people I would read. This is from the people on Tucker Road, and it's to the selectmen. We would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the excellent job that the Brookfield Road crew has been doing on our gravel road. We are very impressed with the present condition and attention that has been given to this difficult, hilly gravel pavement this summer and spring. Our kudos to Ray, Ms. Nason, and Ed for all their efforts. They do not go unnoticed by the residents of Tucker Road. And it's from the residents of Tucker Road. So well done, fellas.
Did you write yourself a nice letter?
Yeah, I want to save those for the other ones that come in, so. Very good. Good job. All right. Oops, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. So we're still on public comments.
Yes.
Is that where I'm at?
Yes.
Any further public comments? Hearing none, we'll move on. Approval of minutes for June 19th. I believe that's right. I guess I should put my eyes on it. And June 26th.
Did we not approve the first round first?
No. Sorry. I left them on the copier. Did you see anything? I got called away. Sorry.
I became confused with my minutes as it seemed like we had an extra meeting or something that was reviewing them.
So we'll start with the June 19th meeting.
Yeah.
Any
I have
corrections?
a question for you.
Okay.
We had a meeting that was held, a continuation meeting. What was the date
That's
of that?
this one.
Oh,
It says it right up here.
Yeah, that was the June 12th meeting.
Mhm.
Okay. Yep, I do remember now. I did see it before. I'm all set. I've read these.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept the meeting minutes from June 19th.
Second?
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, June 26th.
Motion to accept them as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Abstain?
I'm in favor.
Okay. Nays? All right, so we go on. Town Treasurer's Report.
Good evening.
Like a little room.
All right. So we'll do the other under new business, but I do have some bills to approve. These are Virginia's for April, May, and June.
For what?
For mileage and postage, that type of thing. You had asked for that to now be given to you quarterly.
Virginia's the clerk, town clerk.
Primex, we had, is our current workers' compensation carrier. I had written them a letter in October, which they did not receive, they said. So I resent it when I sent the check. They still have not acknowledged that they received the letter, but they've given us a huge credit because they entered into a risk pool practices agreement with the New Hampshire Secretary of State, which is returning a surplus to its members through premium holiday. So at this point, what they indicate we owe is $13.73, and I would just suggest that we pay the $13.73 and be done.
Is that for the rest of the year?
Yeah. So instead of paying, they originally wanted $1,400, we paid the $607, which we paid last year.
Yeah.
And now they've given us the credit of $788.27. So,
But they still haven't acknowledged the other issue.
no, they have not.
Okay. Doesn't let them off the hook.
I get that.
Because maybe then they'd owe us some money.
Yep. Oh, I have checks to sign too. Maybe I should get them.
That would be helpful.
Okay.
And these for the town or the?
You know, I don't know. Oh,
That's the new,
look who
that's the
did
new
that.
charge.
That's-
Ray,
That's
Ray, is this for you or for
went
the
to
town?
Long Meadow.
What'd I do?
Long Meadow.
Oh, that was for the town.
What would buy?
Town,
Bolts,
For what?
signs. I tried zip ties, but they don't stay back.
Okay. You want an initial? What signs were we putting up? Those historic ones or scenic road ones or?
The sign fee.
Oh.
You have to keep putting signs up. I mean, I'd be glad not to put them up if you don't want them. Cost you a whole issue.
We need a copy of this one, Mary Lou, because this is also the request for next year's budget on here. They're asking us to set aside $2,000 fund for the Wakefield Food Pantry again for next year.
Yep.
As well as requesting their second half of their contribution, so.
No, they're only requesting the first half. We haven't given them anything yet.
Oh, okay, so.
And here are the checks.
now we do buy services, a lot of our services from Wakefield Police Fire Protection, and we do use their library.
We haven't paid the library anything yet?
No, we have not.
Okay,
And I'll only pay half.
thank you.
What we're gonna do about the book deposit box? We're just gonna move it ourselves? Or?
I thought we had somebody looking into that for us.
Yeah. I think we should just move it. No one seems to object.
Okay.
Mr. Nason, can you do me a huge favor?
Certainly.
box out front.
Mm-hmm.
Can you move that for me?
Yeah. Go back.
Yeah, put it right next to the can drop.
Good. Will do.
They'll put cans in it because now the can bin's full.
Well, that's a good thing the can bin's full.
It
goes
is.
to the Scholastic Fund.
I had to put my bag in front of the thing. Here is Rose's first time sheet if you want to approve that too.
That was fast.
Oh, I'm gonna bring, that's Lynn's back up to that check. I don't have any paper clips. That's a backup to
Oh,
Lynn's
this is
check.
her page. Okay.
It's for the hours.
And I made copies for the selectmen's file of the contracts for fuel and LPG. For
You probably should read
Next year.
this one.
And we're all set on
I don't know
those,
if
you
she's
think
there.
we're clear? I haven't notified the other companies.
As far as I know, we're clear. I've sent, the checks are in,
Okay.
For the oil?
the oil and the LPG.
Okay.
I could not get a hold of that gentleman named Frank last week to see if there was anything else that he needed from me as far as the credit was concerned. But I can't imagine there was. I faxed down everything that the lady requested before she went on vacation.
There's no link
Okay,
to
she
that.
did fax me back. When do we want to, Clifton, on the oil and the LP gas, do we call in, or is, I know the oil would be automatic delivery, but is the LP gas on call or automatic?
Should be automatic delivery too.
Everybody? Okay, they asked me what we
Oh,
want.
yeah, through the winter, we just set them up on an automatic delivery and they
Okay.
come out and do
I've
it.
told them how much we have, so they should be aware of that.
I've got a question about this donation. We don't, to the food pantry,
Yep.
we're not specifying how they use that. It says to the food pantry. Does
That's
that,
correct.
that means they can use it for anything, stock their pantry or build a building?
No, it does not mean that they can build the building.
No, they can't build the building.
Because that
unless
has to go
it's
specifically to the building
to the
fund.
building fund, yeah.
That is
That's true.
a donation to help with the operations and the cost of purchasing and acquiring
A building?
food
No.
for the populace. If we donated to the building fund, we would have to
Would have to be
Direct it.
designated.
designate it straight to the building fund.
All right.
It's my favorite time of year. There's money in the bank. So we have currently, and I know the school district will take it down this week, but we currently have over 600,000 between the checking account and the savings account. So, thanks to Diana before she went, I know how'd that happen. I just asked Eddie, I'm not certain, I will call him. There's a credit balance at the end.
Yeah, I like that.
So did Eddie.
I'm sure that's a mistake on the state side, so that'll come back to haunt us later.
Yes.
I don't know, I'm just only responsible for my part.
But credits are always good.
Credits are always good.
Credits are good. I will take it if you guys can't find a place for it.
And that's it for me. I'll have the, hopefully we'll get the bank statements in the next few days, and I'll have the end of the month statements for the next meeting.
So you currently said how much was in the account?
There's over 600,000. Is that okay?
No, that's absolutely
I know it's
positively
great.
wonderful.
Yes. Checks will probably be there. I'll let you know.
I'm just glad our name isn't Stockton.
Is it what?
Stockton.
Worcester.
And there's one town that only has like $5,000 left in their account.
I was Scranton doing something.
Yeah, down in Pennsylvania. It's crazy. All right. Not seeing the tax collector, but we have the deputy tax collector here. Does she have anything, or?
I can tell you that out of the warrant of $800 some odd thousand, we've collected $600,000
Fabulous. That's good.
As of a week ago?
as of the end of June. Yeah.
Okay. So, being newly in the deputy tax collector's position, is it everything you dreamed it would be?
Oh, absolutely.
She just came on board as our deputy tax collector. Our previous one not retired, but gave up the position because she took a new job that was going to demand more of her time. So, and we're lucky to have Rose on board. She's also very instrumental in our website, keeping it up to date and putting things out there for us. So,
Question?
yep.
Mary Lou, is she all set with the bonding?
She would normally come under our policy, yeah.
So
Doesn't
you don't have to
name
add a name?
names,
No, just a
it
specific-
names
okay.
positions.
Positions are named.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, and I only got back, we'll get to that later, I did write the letter of hire. I only got back the criminal background check, so I'm hoping possibly the driving record came to the selectmen, although I asked for it to be sent to myself.
I haven't seen it. It might be in the mail,
It might be in the mail.
so I'll check that out at the end of the meeting.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, back to the treasurer's report, the MS6.
yes, Gonzo.
Okay, we got a piece of mail
No.
recently, email,
And
saying something about the MS6.
it still was missing, so I have mailed it certified, so,
All right, we'll check the date.
Have you
on
got the receipt back yet?
no,
We'll check the date on the email.
yes,
They did this to us last year, you know.
yeah,
Thought about driving it over to them.
Complain to our legislators.
We get, yeah. We get that stuff all the time. We send them in piles of stuff, and I don't know where it goes, but they claim they don't get it, even if we send it registered.
All right, town clerk's not
That's an
here.
area that needs to be fixed.
Administrative assistant,
Nothing.
assessor clerk,
Nope, nothing.
planning board update.
Can I give that?
Absolutely.
Good evening. The planning board met last night, Monday, the 9th of July. A scheduled presentation of the Granite State Future Agreement, also known as nationally as the Sustainable Communities Initiative, was canceled. The SCI is a federal partnership program between HUD, the federal government's Housing and Urban Development, the DOT, the federal government's Department of Transportation, and the EPA, the federal government's Environmental Protection Agency. The program is being implemented all across America through the regional planning commissions. Towns in New Hampshire are being asked to join by signing a legally binding agreement that needs more debate and discussion before towns agree to it. This presentation was an opportunity to ask questions about the program. The board received this letter from the Executive Director of the Stratford Regional Planning Commission, and it reads, "Thank you so much for your invitation to attend your planning board meeting on July 9th, 2012. However, I am unable to attend." The board agreed to reply to the SRPC and express our disappointment for the cancellation and that we are looking forward to rescheduling the presentation about this very important issue. Next item, the board moved ahead to discuss the capital improvement program and what format will be used to go through the process of giving the selectmen the tools and analysis they need to decide how best to address improvements to our town's buildings and our most expensive asset, the roads. Next item was the conditional use application. The board unanimously voted to accept the document. And then we began to work on reviewing the permits the board issues to streamline